me show you how to turn this into this. Hey crafty friends, I'm Sarah, and today with Creative Fabrica I'm going to show you step by step how to turn a drawing into a custom keepsake. I'm going to make mine on my Cricut, so I'll also share a ton of tips and tricks along the way too, so that by the end of the video you'll be confident making your own version. Make sure you do stick around until the end as well, because I'm also going to share a bonus tip with you that will make this process even quicker, and that doesn't require a Cricut machine either. So let's get going. So first I would recommend choosing a drawing that is on white paper, and it doesn't have to be all one colour or black like this, but that will make life easier for you. Then just take a photo of that. I just cropped it as well so it was just the drawing and the image. Then send that to your computer or tablet, wherever you create your Cricut designs from. And technically you could just upload this straight into Design Space and try their remove background feature. If it's a really clear picture with high contrast, this might work, but mine did not. Or you could try selecting the background as well if you don't have Cricut access, but that's not always that easy either, as you can see. So I went to Creative Fabrica's AI Studio. If you pay for this, they have a really good background remover tool that you can use. Just upload the image and you can see how well it has removed the background from that. But because it downloads as a JPEG rather than a transparent PNG, when you upload you will need to click to remove the bits you don't want. But that still works much better than before, and it gives you solid lines as well, which is ideally what you need if you want to cut this out of vinyl or HTV. And I just uploaded that as a single layer. Then Creative Fabrica do also have an image vectorizer tool that turns your image into an SVG, and that is great for more complex images. But if you don't have AI Studio, you can also find more basic tools online that you can upload your JPEG into, and that will convert it into an SVG file for you. And that will separate it into multiple layers. So if you want to delete sections or change it into a multicolored design, then you can just ungroup and select the bits you want to change. This has made the lines a bit rougher though, and I only want to cut mine in one colour as it is going to be quite small, so I'm just going to stick to using my initial JPEG design. And I'm going to be adding my design to this small acrylic house using adhesive vinyl as a keepsake ornament, but you could add yours to a decorative plate, a blanket or cushion cover, a tote bag or a mug. Whatever you want to add it to, measure first. I then just took a picture of this and again transferred to my computer to upload to Design Space. Again though, the background remover didn't work very well, so I just used Creative Fabrica's AI Studio again to remove the background, then uploaded that to Design Space as a single layer and changed it to the same size as the actual acrylic house. If you're adding your design to something that is just a standard shape, you can of course just use a shape from the shape section to create your template. Then use that to size your design over. I want to add some wording to my design as well, so it's not quite going to work with the path and plants in front. So I clicked on my design and selected contour, and then clicked on the bits I wanted to remove, and there it is cut down slightly. And now I'm just going back to Creative Fabrica again to find a font, and because it is going to be quite small, I want something quite chunky, so I'm looking at the slab serif fonts, and I think this one will work well. So I just downloaded that, unzipped the file and double clicked to install it on my computer. Now save your project in Design Space, and you may need to force reload so that the font will show up in your system font section. And then I'm just adding the family name, but you could do the name and age of the child underneath or whatever you like. And if you're adding your design to something much larger, then you don't have to worry as much about choosing a thick font. Once I was happy with the placement, I just hit the template, selected all, hit attach and clicked make. And if you are also cutting a small vinyl design like me, I find that the washi tape setting often works quite well, but I think I'm just going to try it on premium outdoor vinyl for now. If you're using iron-on vinyl, obviously just choose a setting that works for that. Then add your material to your cutting mat and cut on your machine. I then just cut around the design and really carefully weeded it. Just be super careful you don't pull anything up here, although you can always add them back on like I had to do here with the dad's smile. And then also use a weeding tool to weed the in-between bits. And I find a scrap holder like this really helpful when working with small designs. I did end up losing all of the eyes though, and the doorknob, and the D ripped when I weeded it. So I just went back to Design Space, duplicated my original design, then clicked on the drawing and clicked Contour and Hide All Contours so that I could just select all of the bits I wanted to redo. I made them slightly bigger in the hope that they might cut better. Then I just deleted all of the letters except D and cut those again on my machine. And that is why it's really good to keep your vinyl offcuts for instances like this. Once cut, I just took those little extras off the sheet using my weeding tool to add back onto the design, but the eyes still didn't really cut very well as they are so small. So I just decided to be a bit sneaky and I'll add those on with pen once it's applied. Now add transfer tape, remove the backing paper and apply to your item, making sure it is fully stuck down before removing the transfer tape. Or obviously if you are adding HTV, use a heat press or an iron to apply to your material before then removing the cover sheet. I then just added my eyes on and there it is done. I think this would make such a cute housewarming gift. However, if you don't have a Cricut or you just want a process that is even quicker, give your children some sublimation pens or infusible ink pens to draw with. Then you can add those drawings straight to items like coasters. Do bear in mind that the designs will be backwards, but once drawn, all you need to do is add the paper face down onto your item, cover with a Teflon sheet, and heat with a heat press. This one didn't actually work very well because it's not really the right type of coaster. You will want to get sublimation blanks for the best results, but hopefully you get the idea and can see just how quick that would be in comparison to doing it with vinyl. And once it's on there, it's permanent, so a lot longer lasting than just drawing with pens would be. What type of item are you going to make with your children's drawing? Let us know in the comments, and if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe and share with all of your crafty friends. And until next time, happy crafting!